airport. I'm giving up. I'm binning off the Americas. I think essentially because I've spent, you know, the best part of £1,000, maybe, yeah, a bit less than £1,000 coming down to South America. You know, my ego could easily want to try and make this work, and you know, it was a nice place beginning with something like Valaroid that the guy on the coach recommended to me, that I could get a 13-hour coach trip to, and you know, try and make Chile work so I haven't wasted money on the flights. But ultimately, I don't like it. I'm not happy here with everything I've got going on. It doesn't feel safe here. So yeah, it's time to give up on Latin America. For now, certainly. I'm not saying I'll never be back. The whole second passport thing is still pretty alluring, and I'm pretty sure this is the only part of the world you can do it in without being a millionaire. So yeah, I'm moving on. And actually, I've already been here for 5 or 6 hours, and it's another 13 hours until my flight. I know, mental. But basically, my flight is at 7 in the morning. So obviously at first I was like, well, I'll book my hotel for another night, get a taxi at 4 in the morning, like any normal person would do, be in the airport for 2 hours like a normal person would. And I went down to the desk of my hotel, and I really liked my hotel, and I really liked the lady who ran it. I mean, she seemed to just run it all the time, like slept in the back. Just mental. Like she was in her pajamas this morning, so I assume she owns it and just lives there and runs it, and that's her life. Yeah, so I went down to her to say, can you book me a taxi for 4 in the morning? And she just went, no. Like, what do you mean, no? So maybe it's not possible to book taxis in Chile, but I find that hard to believe. I find it hard to believe she wouldn't know a taxi driver, seeing as, you know, many of them are taxi drivers. You know, it's a highly demanded thing out here. So that was weird. So then I tried to book an Uber for 4 in the morning, and that didn't work. And then I asked her what's the latest time I'll just be able to go outside and catch a taxi, and she said about 12 o'clock at night. So I was like, right, okay, I'll do that. We have another doggo. This is the second doggo I've seen in this airport. I love it. I think it's great. I think people should be able to travel with their dogs. But it's very unusual for me. If anyone knows about the whole travelling with dog situation in South America, it clearly seems to be a thing. I'd like to know in the comments.